Managers are moving like fire this season. I've told you already, and now I think I'm gonna have to call it manager madness. So if you are still with me in this video, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect, as I'm gonna try to make sense of everything that is happening in the manager transfers that are happening. So let's start with in the Spanish side. Barcelona, they fought so hard to keep Xavi Hernandez, and after he had announced mid-February that he was going to be leaving, then there was an excitement that he will stay. But I'm hearing that now they've actually agreed the deal with Hans Flick, who's going to be replacing Xavi Hernandez, who, by the way, has an important meeting which he has to attend next week. If he fails that, then guess what? There's a new manager who's coming in town. Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich fired Thomas Tuchel a long period of time, and we thought, okay, they knew what they were doing. They went after so many managers who said no to them. If you want to watch, there is a video that I'm going to be linking at the end of the video. Go watch my thoughts on Bayern Munich and how managers have rejected them. They went also for a Crystal Palace manager, who Crystal Palace were like, nope, you're not getting our manager. But now, guess what? They are very close in agreement to sign the former Burnley boss, who, by the way, has been relegated, who is Vincent Kompany. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when you look at it. But what can you say? They are desperate and they need a manager before the transfer window opens. It's going to be interesting to see how things will look like with this Bayern Munich team. But it looks like Kompany could be going to Germany, people. It's a little bit crazy what's happening in terms of the manager movement and signings and something like that. By the way, before I go anywhere far, Claudio Ranieri announced the retirement from manager at the age of 72. He had an amazing standing ovation yesterday, which people were giving so much respect and adoration for what he has achieved. I have to say, go well, legend. Go well, legend. It's amazing what you did. Juventus has sacked their manager because of his reaction into a game. After they sacked him, they were able to replace him with a manager who's coming from, I think, another team in Italy. I'm forgetting his name in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on the name of the manager in the comment section as we move on from that. The other team that doesn't have a manager is Brighton. They sacked the De Zerbi earlier on when the second day from last of the season, and they are working so hard to get a manager. And McKennie is the name that has been ringing so much in terms of who is the manager that they can get. I'm not really sure what's going to be happening with it because they are fighting Chelsea and United for McKennie's signature. So that's what we're being told. McKennie, the Ipswich Town manager, the one who was able to promote them from Division 2 to Championship, promote them from Championship to the Premier League. So Ipswich Town could be going into next season of the Premier League without their manager, because their manager is needed by some powerhouse of Chelsea as well as, Brighton. But why did they sack De Zerbi? And can they get McKennie? Graham Potter is still available. Let's find out how that one plays out. As we move on to Chelsea, they sacked Mauricio Pochettino just 2 days after the C League had come to an end. Now they're desperate of a manager, with their being linked with players like the Brentford manager. They're also being linked with players like Vincent Kompany as well. Linked as well with McKennie, the guy who has only managed to manage those two teams, as well as I think the manager who is playing in Stuttgart in Germany. He could also be in the run-in for them. They want to replace the manager before time. My problem with Chelsea is that with so much progress that they've managed to do, is that not going to hinder them going forward? I'm curious. That has to be a story that you have to keep an eye on, because it's going to be crazy. McKennie was being interviewed by Manchester United, as Ineos are looking forward to already replace a manager who will be playing in the FA Cup this Saturday. It's crazy what is happening in the Premier League. So they're thinking of replacing the manager who, by the way, thought he was given the go-ahead assurance that he will be the manager next season, but now things looks like they're going down. It was announced by Damasio 2 days back, and people thought it was crazy. But now look at how things are turning up. It's crazy what's happening in the Premier League. Erik ten Hag could be without a job very, very soon, and which means in terms of Vincent Kompany as well as Erik ten Hag, Bayern Munich has a decision to make. Who are they going to choose as their number one manager after everything is done? So much is happening in the Premier League, and I feel like the Premier League will look so much different because of the movement of the managers that has been happening in the Premier League. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. Liverpool, of course, they now have Arne Slot as their new manager, as everything has been set up and everything is ready to go. I don't know how far this will go and exactly what's going to be happening, but we all know that they've been able to deal with their manager's situation and they've sorted it out. Who have I forgotten? Who doesn't have a manager? Ipswich has to replace McKennie, as it looks like he's going to be moving. That we'll keep an eye on, yet we have not yet managed to find out so much about Ipswich as they're getting into the league for the first time this season. It's an exciting time to be in the Premier League. But I want to know what your thoughts are, as well as the last one. West Ham announced their new manager, as well as we now know that Roy Hodgson has now... is it Roy? No, that's not. David Moyes, of course, sorry for making that mistake. David Moyes, we now know that he's leaving. He's not going to be the manager of West Ham. So now we know that Lopetegui, he is now the new manager of West Ham. It is looking so interesting the way things are moving, like in the Premier League. So many managers are moving, as well in the Bundesliga, as well as in Spanish league, or should I call it the one. Oh, one of the managers who's being linked with Chelsea is the Girona manager. I don't even know his name. It's going to be exciting. I'm here to find out how the manager madness will at least start to make sense very, very soon. So thank you very much for watching. This has been the Football Connect. I'll see you on another one. Click the like button, subscribe to the Connect, and see me that side on another side. I'm out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.